Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
I see
I see
Sudha,
Sudha,
Lalita,
Lalita,
ma'am,
ma'am,
Saba.
Saba.
Okay, so ma'am,
Okay,
we
so
will
ma'am,
start
we'll
in next
start in next 5
5 minutes.
minutes.
So we'll wait
So
for
we'll wait
others
for
to join.
others to join.
So we're just
So we're
recording
just
the
recording
session
the
so that
session so
if
that if
somebody has
somebody
a
has
question
a
upper
question
on the
upper on
we
there,
can share
we
this.
can share this.
Okay. I don't know if
I don't know if
folks will join
folks will
after
join
this.
after this.
If it's
If
okay
it's
for
okay
everyone,
for
can we get
everyone, can we get
started?
started?
And
And
language, can I
language,
keep
can
it
I keep
in
it in
Tamil or
Tamil
can
or
I keep it in
can I keep
English?
it in English?
Because I think
Because I think
everybody speaks
everybody
Tamil,
speaks
right?
Tamil,
So
right? So
I can do it
I
in
can
either
do it in
languages.
either language.
Okay. Lalita ma'am, Sudha ma'am, you are okay
You are okay
if I can do
if I
this in
can do this in
English or Tamil,
English or Tamil,
whatever is comfortable for
whatever is
everyone. Yeah, Sudha ma'am, you're
Yeah,
okay as
Sudha
well,
ma'am,
yeah.
you're okay as well, yeah.
So I'm just keeping it
So
in
I'm just
English.
keeping it in English.
எனக்கு தெரியல யாருக்கு who may want to
who may want to
kind of contribute
kind of
தெரியல. So I'll
contribute
record
So
this
I'll
session
record the session
and then I will share
and
it with
then I will
everybody
share
in
it with
voice.
everybody in voice.
So,
So,
ma'am, just as a
ma'am, just
background,
as a background,
என் பேர் வந்து
என்
Arvind.
பேர்
I'm
வந்து
based in
Arvind. I'm
Poland.
based in Poland. I,
I've been part of
I've been
Voice
part of Voice
community. I have
community.
two
I
children,
have two children,
Arjun and Vaishnavi.
Arjun and
Arjun
Vaishnavi.
is
Arjun
5 years
is
and
5 years
Vaishnavi
and
is 7 years.
Vaishnavi is 7 years.
They both
They both
are on the
are
spectrum.
on the spectrum.
So,
So,
what we are trying to
what we
do
are trying to
is
do
we are trying
is
to
we are
today
trying to
build
today build
a
a
platform,
platform,
and this
and this
platform is
platform
again for the
is
parents only,
again for the parents
because
only,
our eventual
because
goal
our
is we are
eventual
seeing
goal
today a
is we
lot
are
of
seeing today a lot
questions.
of questions.
uh,
Uh,
there is a lot of
there is a
knowledge
lot
that
of
is kind
knowledge
of
that is
missing,
kind of
and this
missing,
knowledge
and
is
this
there in
knowledge is
selected
there in
pockets.
selected
Certain
pockets.
people have that
Certain people
knowledge.
have that
So
knowledge.
tomorrow if
So
somebody
tomorrow, if
wants that
somebody wants
knowledge,
that knowledge,
getting that knowledge back
getting
is
that
kind
knowledge
of
back is
not
kind of
available. And
not
also we do
available.
a
And
lot of
also we
our
do a lot of our
uh, conversations on WhatsApp.
conversations on
The
WhatsApp.
drawback with WhatsApp
Drawback
is
with
it
WhatsApp is
also,
it also,
if you're in, let's say,
if you're in,
five
let's say,
groups,
5 groups,
your phone
your
hangs up,
phone
your
hangs
memory
up,
hangs
your
up,
memory hangs up,
and
and
tomorrow
tomorrow
you're not able to
you're
check
not
so
able
much
to
of
check so
messages
much of
because there's so
messages
much
because
of
there's so
messages
much
and
of
it was
messages
also
and
an
it was
overload
also
for
an
most of
overload
us
for
as
most of
parents.
us as parents.
So how do we
So how
get
do we get
the direct
the
answer to
direct
your
answer to
questions
your
is what we are
questions
trying
is what
to
we're trying to
do. We'll show
do.
you a
We'll
demo
show
of
you a
what we
demo
have
of
built
what we
also.
have
So
built also. So
it is not
it is
just
not just
this is the
this
concept.
is the
We'll
concept.
also explain
We'll
to you
also
in this
explain to you in
call,
this
like
call,
in terms of
like
what is
in
the
terms of
work,
what is the work,
what is
what
the
is
support we
the
need.
support we need.
So we are calling
So we
this
are calling
initiative
this
Panna.
initiative Panna.
Panna in
Panna
Buddhism
in
means
Buddhism
knowledge.
means knowledge.
So the way that
So
we
the
have
way
thought
that we
of,
have
and I'll
thought
share
of,
my
and I'll
screen
share
and
my
I'll kind
screen
of
and
also
I'll kind
explain
of
this,
also explain this,
is the way
is
we have
the
thought
way
of
we have
Panna
thought of
is
Panna is
uh, if you
uh,
see in
if
terms
you
of
see in
Panna,
terms of Panna,
what we are trying to
what we are
today
trying
do
to
is
today do is
75% of
75%
almost
of
the questions,
almost the
right? At
questions,
least in the
right? At
last
least in the last
8 months in
8 months
voice, I
in
was looking
voice, I
through it.
was looking through it.
There were a lot of
There were a lot of
duplications of questions.
duplications
So the
of
parents
questions.
are
So the
asking the
parents are
same
asking the
question,
same question,
but then the
but then
answers
the
that they
answers
need
that
are
they
very
need are
specific to
very
the child.
specific to the child.
So let us say
So
one
let us
child
say
may
one
have
child may have
hyperactivity, and it can be
hyperactivity and
because
it
of
can be
10,
because of
5
10
reasons.
5 reasons.
Whereas the same
Whereas the
answer will
same
not apply
answer
for
will not
another
apply for
child
another
who is
child
having
who is having
hyperactivity.
hyperactivity.
And lot of times
And
the
lot of
answers
times the
that
answers
parents are
that
getting
parents
is
are
also
getting is
kind of a
also kind of
very
a very
short and
short and
not a clear
not a clear
explanation of why there
explanation
is
of
a
why
problem
there is a problem,
or what is the
or what
solution,
is the
right?
solution,
So
right?
the
So the
platform is trying
platform
to
is trying
today
to today
help this.
help this.
We
We
originally started
originally
with something
started with
called a
something
website
called a
for
website
voice.
for
We
voice.
built a
We
voice
built a
website
voice website,
which is still
which is
active
still
today.
active today.
But what we
But
realized
what we
with this whole
realized
exercise
with
of
this whole
building a
exercise
website
of
for
building a
voice,
website
which
for
I'm just
voice,
showing
which
you
I'm
my
just
screen,
showing you my
I
screen,
hope you guys
I
can see
hope
my
you guys
screen.
can see my screen.
So this is the
So
website
this
we
is the
built for
website we
voice.
built for voice.
This has access
This
to a
has
lot of very
access to
good
a lot of very
information.
good information.
So it has
So it
information
has
like what are the
information like
therapies.
what
So
are
if
the
you see,
therapies. So if you see,
this has I think
this
roughly
has I
around
think roughly around
300 therapies
300
which we have
therapies which we
detailed
have
out in terms of
detailed
what
out
these
in terms of
therapies
what
are.
these therapies are.
So if you see in
So
terms
if
of
you
let's
see
say
in terms
3I
of
as a
let's say
therapy,
3I as a therapy,
what are the games to
what are the
play,
games to play,
what is the research
what is the
cost
research
timeline,
cost timeline,
and also what is the
and also
benefit
what is
of
the
all of these
benefit of all
therapies,
of these
right? So we have
therapies,
also
right? So we
mentioned,
have
and we
also
have also
mentioned, and
called
we have
out
also
certain
called out
therapies
certain
that
therapies that
are not very
are
good or
not
safe
very
for
good or
kids
safe
also.
for kids also.
We have
We
explained
have
that,
explained
but over
that,
time we
but
realized
over
that this
time we
knowledge
realized
started
that this knowledge
getting,
started getting,
it was
it
too
was
complicated
too
and it was
complicated
becoming a
and it
big
was
effort
becoming
to
a big
build this
effort to build this
into a platform,
into a
because this
platform,
almost
because this
felt like a
almost
social
felt like a
media,
social
Facebook like
media,
platform.
Facebook like
So if you
platform.
see, there is
So if you see,
therapies,
there is
parent queries,
therapies, parent
webinars,
queries, webinars,
information about what are the
information about
schools.
what
So
are
let
the
us say if you
schools. So
want to
let us
find
say if
what
you
is the
want to
school
find what is
nearest
the
to
school
my house,
nearest to my house,
then you can
then you
actually
can
get that
actually get
information
that
also. So we
information also.
started
So we
doing a lot
started
of
doing
that.
a lot of
But
that.
over
But
time, we
over
realized
time, we
that
realized
if
that
you see, these are
if
all
you
the
see, these
stuff
are
that
all
you
the
can
stuff
do
that
on the
you can
voice
do on the
platform.
voice platform.
But it has been
But it
kind of
has
a
been kind
very
of a very
complicated slash
complicated slash
challenging aspect,
challenging
because
aspect,
collecting all
because
this
collecting all this
information
information
and then
and
giving
then
this
giving
information
this
back to the
information
parents
back to
is
the
where
parents is
we are
where
today
we
having a
are
lot of
today having a
challenges,
lot of
because I
challenges,
don't think
because
we are
I
able
don't think we
to
are able to
get all this
get all
information
this
in a very
information
clear
in a
way.
very clear
So
way.
that is where,
So
ma'am,
that
we
is where,
need
ma'am,
all
we
of your
need
help,
all of
right?
your
Like
help, right? Like
to help us
to
gather
help
this
us gather
information.
this
I'll explain
information.
to you
I'll
how we
explain
will
to
do
you
the
how we will
gathering.
do the gathering.
But
But
Panna is a
Panna is a
single
single
solution that
solution
allows you
that
to ask a
allows you to
question,
ask a
and
question,
all of
and
this. So
all
in
of this. So
any of
in
these
any of
areas, if
these
you have a
areas, if you
question,
have a question,
you can just
you
go
can
to a
just
Panna
go to a
app, which
Panna
is
app,
as
which
simple
is
as
as
this.
simple as this.
We have
We
password
have
protected
password
it for
protected
the
it for
moment.
the moment.
But if you go
But if you
here,
go
for
here,
example, you
for
can
example,
ask a
you can
question
ask a
like,
question like,
my
my son
is 5 years
5 years
old,
old,
and
and he has
uh, he
he
has has
has
hyperactivity
hyperactivity
and keeps
and keeps
jumping,
jumping,
what should I do?
what should I do?
Right? And you
Right?
can
And
ask a
you can
question
ask a
whichever way
question
you want to
whichever
do.
way you want to do.
And then when you
And
say
then when you
submit,
say submit,
it's running
it's
now. If you
running
see, it's
now.
kind
You
of
see, it's
running.
kind of running.
Uh, so
Uh,
it will
so
shortly
it will
give us an
shortly give
answer.
us an answer.
Uh,
Uh,
right? So if you
right?
now
So if you
see,
now see,
it gives
it
you a
gives you a
very
very
kind of a very
kind of a
detailed
very
answer. So
detailed
it
answer.
says,
So it
why
says,
is your son
why is your son
experiencing
experiencing
hyperactivity?
hyperactivity?
And also it
And
gives
also it
you
gives you
it also
it
explains to
also
you what is
explains to you
the
what is
set
the
of things,
set
right?
of
One
things, right?
approach
One
helpful is to
approach
provide
helpful
them
is to
plenty of
provide them plenty of
opportunities for physical
opportunities for
activity
physical
throughout the day.
activity throughout the day.
So the more
So the more
specific you ask a
specific you
question,
ask
the
a
more
question, the
specific
more
the answers
specific the
also get.
answers also get.
It also
It
gives you a lot
also
of
gives you a lot of
scientific
scientific
evidences. So today,
evidences. So
see, many
today,
times
see,
when
many
parents
times
are
when parents
responding
are
back, there is
responding
no
back, there is
scientific
no
evidence
scientific
to
evidence to
why that
why
is
that is
the answer.
the
So
answer.
here it
So
will
here
also
it will
go do a
also go
research
do
on
a
your
research
behalf
on your behalf
from internet,
from internet,
find out all those
find out all
answers.
those
Let's say, for
answers. Let's
example,
say,
the
for
American
example, the
Academy of
American Academy
Pediatrics
of
recommends that
Pediatrics
children get
recommend
at
that
least
children
60
get at
minutes
least
of
60
physical
minutes of
activity
physical
each day,
activity each day,
right? And then
right?
it will
And
also
then it
give
will also
you
give you
some other
some other
examples. It also
examples. It
takes case
also takes
studies, it
case
also
studies. It
takes
also
other
takes other
examples,
examples,
and it gives
and
you
it gives you
a lot of a
a lot of a
suggestive kind of an
suggestive
answer,
kind of
and
an
also
answer,
it
and
gives you
also it gives
other
you other
factors that are
factors that are
causing
causing
hyperactivity also,
hyperactivity
let us say
also.
food,
Let us say food,
and then it
and
gives
then
you a
it
whole
gives you
bunch
a
of
whole bunch
links.
of
So
links.
if you see here,
So if you
ma'am,
see
you,
here,
you will
ma'am,
get a
you
whole
will
bunch
get a
of
whole
links
bunch of links
which tells
which
you
tells you
more
more
information. Now, I
information.
asked a
Now, I
very
asked a
generic
very
question,
generic question,
but if
but
you
if
really
you
want a
really
very
want a
specific
very specific
question,
question,
my
my
uh,
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 I am
I am
hearing
hearing
about
about
RDI for
RDI for
uh, can you
tourism. Can you
explain
explain
what is
what is
dynamic
dynamic
intelligence?
intelligence?
And you can make
And you can
spelling
make
mistakes,
spelling
you can ask
mistakes. You can
whichever
ask
way
whichever
it
way it
understands. So I'm just
understands. So
making
I'm
a
just making
deliberate
a
mistake so
deliberate
that it
mistake so that it
understands,
understands.
uh,
Uh,
and then
and
it
then
will give
it will
you a
give you
lot
a
of
lot of
a very
a very
personalized answer.
personalized
So if you
answer. So
say,
if you say,
the concept
the
of
concept
dynamic
of
intelligence
dynamic
and how it
intelligence and
relates
how
to
it relates
RDI.
to RDI.
So what is
So what
dynamic
is
intelligence?
dynamic
Now many
intelligence? Now
parents
many
do not
parents do
may
not
not know
may
what is
not know
dynamic
what is dynamic
intelligence.
intelligence.
So if you see, it
So if you see, it
explains what is
explains
dynamic
what is dynamic
intelligence,
intelligence,
and then it
and then it
specifically gives you a
specifically
very
gives you a very
targeted response
targeted
as to why
response as to
dynamic
why
intelligence
dynamic
is very
intelligence is
important
very
for your
important for your
child,
child,
right? So
right? So,
and then it
and
gives you a
then it gives
real
you a real
example of how it
example of
was
how it
done.
was
There is
done.
also a
There is
case
also a
study of
case
what was
study
the
of what was the
effectiveness.
effectiveness.
So that way
So
you
that way
know
you know
what it is
what
saying,
it is
whether it
saying,
is
whether it is
right or wrong.
right or
It is
wrong.
also
It is
giving you
also
those
giving you those
articles,
articles,
right? And
right?
then
And then
it is also
it is
giving
also
you
giving you
so if you see
so if you
original
see
prompt as
original
I'm
prompt as
hearing,
I'm hearing,
and then
and then
it also
it
gives you
also
some
gives
more
you some
information.
more
So I will
information. So I
explain
will
dynamic
explain dynamic
intelligence,
intelligence,
right? And it is
right?
giving
And it
you
is giving you
additional
additional
annotations. So
annotations. So
additional
additional
annotations is where it is
annotations is
trying to
where
give
it
you
is trying to
more
give you more
intelligent or
intelligent or
extra
extra
information to what
information
it
to
has
what
already
it has
found through,
already found through,
and then it
and then
further
it
gives you all
further
this
gives you all
information.
this information.
Now the
Now the
problem we have in
problem
this
we have in this
platform, at least
platform,
now,
at
is
least now, is
I think
I
the
think
more
the
knowledge
more
that we are going
knowledge
to
that
put
we are
into
going to
this
put into
platform,
this platform,
tomorrow that
tomorrow
knowledge is
that
going to
knowledge
come
is
10
going to
times
come 10
back, and it
times
is going
back,
to
and it
give
is going to give
our children,
our
or
children,
meaning
or
when
meaning
parents
when
are asking
parents are
questions,
asking
tomorrow the
questions,
parents
tomorrow
will
the
get
parents will
more
get
and more
more and
better
more
answers. So
better
it's like
answers.
you're
So it's like
training,
you're training,
just like how we
just like
train
how
our
we train
children,
our children.
we can also
We can
train
also
this
train
bot.
this bot,
And a bot
and
is
a
nothing
bot
but
is nothing but
a chat
a
kind of an
chat
interface.
kind
So
of an
this will
interface. So this will
integrate eventually
integrate
into your
eventually into
WhatsApp
your
like
WhatsApp
interface.
like interface.
So tomorrow
So
when you
tomorrow
ask a
when you ask
question
a
in
question in
WhatsApp,
WhatsApp,
the this
the
bot
this
will
bot
first
will
answer your
first answer
question.
your question.
If you're not
If
happy
you're
with
not
that
happy
answer,
with
you
that
can
answer,
always
you can
ask
always
other
ask
parents
other
for more
parents for more
suggestions. So
suggestions.
here, if
So
you see, it
here,
is
if you see,
giving
it
you a
is
lot
giving
of
you a lot
data,
of data,
just to make sure
just to make
that
sure that you
you kind of
you kind of
understand that
understand
concept,
that
right?
concept, right?
So this is
So
what we
this
are
is
trying
what we
to
are trying to
build and
build
launch in
and
the
launch in
next
the next
couple of
couple of
months, ma'am. And
months, ma'am. And
we have
we have
people like
people like
Saba and all of
Saba
them
and all of
supporting
them
us.
supporting us.
So this is the
So this
initiative.
is the
I will
initiative.
pause
I
here.
will pause here.
I'm sure you
I
guys
am
will
sure
have
you guys
questions.
will have questions.
Then we'll get
Then
into the
we'll get into
tasks.
the tasks.
Or if you have
Or
any
if you have
questions.
any questions.
And if you want me
And
to
if you
ask
want
any
me to
questions
ask
on
any
your
questions
behalf, I
on
can
your
ask
behalf, I
also,
can ask also,
so that you can
so
test
that
it
you
out.
can test it out.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
So
assume there's no
I
question.
assume there's no question.
Okay.
Arvind, I do have some questions. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes. Please go
Yes,
ahead,
yes,
ma'am.
yes. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. So this looks like the AI platform that you're building, right? It's
Correct.
interesting.
Correct.
But then, as you mentioned, how do we feed in data? How do we validate data? Who's going to take control of what is the data that should go in and what
Correct.
should not, and what
Correct.
should be
Co-
managed?
Correct.
Correct.
So the
So
data
the
for this,
data for
we
this,
don't want
we
any
don't
data
want
to go in
any
because
data to
there's a
go in
lot of
because
times
there's
the
a lot of
AI may
times the
land up
AI may
guiding
land up
wrongly.
guiding wrongly.
That is the reason
That is the
why
reason
now we are
why
taking
now we
help
are
of
taking
parents
help
like
of
you
parents like you
to get us,
to get
help
us,
us
help us
validate and put the
validate
right
and put
data
the
so
right
that
data
if you
so
put
that
good
if you
data, it
put
is going
good
to give you
data,
good
it is going to
answers.
give
If
you
you
good
start
answers.
putting
If you
wrong data
start putting
or
wrong data
biased
or
data, it will
biased
land
data,
up also
it
giving
will land
wrong
up also
answers,
giving
and that
wrong
is what we want
answers,
to
and that
avoid.
is what we want to
So
avoid.
what we will
So
next show
what we
you
will next
is
show
a
you
place for
is a
you to, we
place
have
for
built a
you
very
to, we
easy
have built a very
interface for
easy
parents
interface
to
for
contribute their
parents to
data.
contribute their
They can
data.
go to that
They
particular
can go to
platform,
that
put
particular
their data,
platform,
and that
put
has
their
nothing to do
data,
with
and
this
that
bot.
has nothing to do with
Right?
this bot.
It is a
Right?
separate place.
It
We
is
will
a
show you
separate
that
place. We
next.
will show you that
You can
next.
put all your
You can put
questions
all
there,
your
all your
questions
inputs
there,
there,
all
all
your
your
inputs there,
suggestions
all
there,
your
all your
suggestions
answers
there,
there,
all
all
your
your
answers there,
documents
all
there.
your documents
And
there.
what we will
And
then do
what
is
we
we will
will
use
then
those
do is we will
documents
use
to
those
train our bot.
documents to train our bot.
Now, in very simple
Now, in
sense,
very simple
we are
sense,
taking
we
all
are
the information
taking
that
all
you are giving
the
us
information that you
and
are giving
trying to
us
make this bot
and
or
trying
this
to make
this
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 bot
baby
or
or this child more
this
smarter
baby or this
so
child
that
more
it can give
smarter
us more
so
accurate
that it can
results.
give us more accurate results.
Okay. So another question is, how is this Panna associated with voice? Does
Yeah.
voice have
Yeah.
ownership over this?
Sorry, voice has?
Sorry, voice has?
Ownership over this
Yes.
particular application?
So if
Yes.
you see,
So if you see,
voice is the parent.
voice is the
It
parent.
is just a term
It
we
is
are
just
using
a
for
term we
Panna,
are using for
but
Panna.
all of these
But
initiatives
all
will
of
be
these
under the
initiatives
voice
will be
banner.
under the voice
So
banner.
what we are trying to
So
do is we are
what we are
trying to
trying to
build
do is
this,
we are trying to build
and
this,
eventually
and
this will be
eventually this will be
replacing the voice
replacing
website.
the
I'm
voice
planning to
website.
replace
I'm
the
planning
voice
to
website
replace
with
the
a
voice
Panna
website with a Panna
uh,
uh,
bot. Of course, we are using
bot.
the
Of
bot,
course, we
but
are
it will
using
all
the
be
bot,
part
but
of the
it will all be
voice
part of the voice
fraternity.
fraternity.
Okay. Um, and I see that our group is pretty diverse, right? Would you like to put in a region-specific information, or it's going to be generic?
So
So
currently, at least, we have not
currently, at
thought of
least we have not
region.
thought
Yes,
of
that is
region.
a
Yes,
valid
that is a
point.
valid
So if
point.
you see
So if you
certain
see
things
certain
in the
things in
data
the
gathering,
data
we have
gathering,
region
we have
specific. For
region
example,
specific. For
legal
example,
laws.
legal laws.
We have now
We have
introduced
now
what we
introduced what we
think as a region
think
specific.
as
So, for
region specific. So,
example,
for example,
in India,
in India,
uh, there is a
there is a
there is a specific law.
specific
In
law.
US, there
In
is a
US,
specific
there is a
law. In
specific law.
UK, there is
In
a
UK,
specific
there is
law.
a
In
specific
Europe,
law.
for
In Europe,
example,
for example,
there is a specific
there is a
law.
specific law.
So this is
So
country
this is country
specific law
specific law
information
information
that we are trying to
that we
gather.
are
But
trying to
yes,
gather. But
we
yes,
if we can
we
get
if we can
data
get
at a
data at a
region specific
region
when we are doing
specific
the
when
data
we are doing
gathering,
the data gathering,
that will further
that
help
will
us
further help
because that
us
is also
because that is
something that
also
we would
something
like to
that we
capture.
would like
Let's
to
say if there
capture.
is
Let's
school
say if there is school
information or there is
information
law
or there is
information,
law information,
we would like to
we
capture
would
that.
like to capture that.
Sounds interesting, Arvind. Let me see how much I can contribute. Thank
Huh?
you.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
the
See,
idea is
the
we are going to
idea is
give
we
it
are
a
going to
try.
give it a try.
Now,
Now,
obviously,
obviously,
in the long
in
run,
the
I do
long
not
run, I
know,
do not
right?
know,
Because at
right?
this point,
Because
the
at
AI
this
is
point,
also
the AI is also
expensive. So
expensive.
somewhere,
So somewhere,
the first
the
drawback we
first
have hit
drawback we
already
have hit
is
already is
the price
the
on this is
price on
pretty
this is
expensive.
pretty
It's not,
expensive.
it's not coming
It's
cheap.
not coming cheap.
So there
So
has to be
there
a
has to
model
be
to
a model to
also look
also
at
look
some
at
sort of
some
a
sort of
pricing
a
model for
pricing
this
model
because
for
this is
this
not
because this
coming
is
cheap.
not coming
That is
cheap.
something we
That
have
is something we
realized.
have realized.
Either somebody has
Either
to fund
somebody
this
has to fund
initiative
this
or
initiative or
it might die
it
a
might
natural
die a
death. That
natural
is
death.
also
That is
something we have
also
seen.
something we are seeing.
But this is
But
something we'll
this
have
is
to
something we'll have to
look through. I have to
look through.
discuss
I
with
have to
ma'am
discuss
and
with
Ranjini
ma'am and
ma'am and
Ranjini ma'am
everybody.
and everybody.
But it is
But
not
it
coming
is
cheap
not
for
coming
sure.
cheap for sure.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right.
Right.
But it is
But
not
it
like
is
it is
not
not
like it is not
affordable. But
affordable. But
again, we will
again,
have to
we will have
see
to see
in the long
in the
run
long run
if
if
this is
this
not.
is
See, this
not
cannot
this
answer
cannot
every
answer
single
every
question the
single
parent is
question the
asking.
parent
Of
is
course,
asking. Of
we
course,
have found a
we have
way to
found a
make the
way to
cost
make the
really
cost really
cheap by
cheap
doing
by doing
something
something
which we call as a
which we
vector
call as a
database.
vector database.
But
But
the long run,
The
I
long
think
run,
when
I
we
think
scale
when we
this, when
scale
we see
this,
so
when
many
we see
parents
so many
using it,
parents using it,
every single
every
answer being
single answer
answered by
being
the AI
answered by the
bot
AI
will also
bot
become a
will
very
also become a
expensive
very
proposition.
expensive
So
proposition. So
at least that
at
is
least
one
that is one
open
open
gap we have.
gap we have.
So we'll have to
So we'll have
see
to see
what is the
what
future
is the
of Panna
future of Panna
in the long run.
in the long run.
But at least
But
at this
at least at
point,
this
what we are
point,
trying to
what
do
we are
is
trying to
we
do is
have two
we have
options.
two
One is
options. One
either
is
gather all
either
the data
gather
in
all
the
the data in
voice
the voice
platform. So if you
platform.
see, we
So
have
if you
built a
see, we
voice
have built a voice
platform
platform
where we are
where
gathering.
we
I
are
have not
gathering. I
opened
have
this
not
up to a lot
opened
of
this up to
parents
a lot of
because
parents
it's a
because
very slow
it's a very
process for
slow
me because
process
I'm the
for me
only
because I'm the
developer
only
currently on
developer
this.
currently on
So
this.
I don't have
So
a
I don't
team or
have
anybody.
a team
I'm
or anybody.
single-handedly
I'm
building whatever I'm
single-handedly
building.
building whatever I'm building.
But
But
what I have realized
what I
with
have
this is
realized
also it
with
has
this is
become too
also it
big
has become
a
too big
project for
a
me.
project for me.
And
And
there's a lot of
there's
stuff
lot
that we
of
want to
stuff that
capture
we want
because
to capture
no two
because
parents
no
want
two
the same
parents want
answer
the same
or
answer
the same
or the
information.
same
So let's
information.
say
So
between
let's say
1 to
between
10,
1 to 10,
parents have a set of
parents have a set of
requirements, or 1 to
requirements, or
5 they
1
have
to
a set
5
of
they have a set
requirements,
of
5 to 10
requirements,
they have a
5
different
to 10 they have a
set of
different
requirements,
set of
10 to
requirements,
15
10 to
parents want
15
something
parents want
completely
something
different,
completely different,
15 to 20 again
15 to
totally
20 again
different,
totally
25,
different,
and
25,
it's so on,
and it's
right?
so
It
on,
goes on.
right?
So
It
there is
goes
no
on. So there is no
one
one
solution that all
solution
parents
that all
need.
parents need.
But at least
But at
today, let's
least
say
today,
we are
let's say
putting
we are
sections like
putting sections
PWD
like
ads. So if
PWD ads.
parents
So if
have want
parents
to
have want
understand,
to
let's say
understand,
shadow
let's say
teacher who has
shadow
to pay
teacher who
for
has
it
to
today.
pay for it today.
There is a
There
specific
is a
act which
specific
says that
act which
shadow
says that
teacher has
shadow
to be
teacher
born
has to
by the
be
school
born by the school
in the Supreme
in
Court
the
judgment.
Supreme Court
Not many
judgment.
parents know about it. Similarly, if you see court orders, there are a lot of
Not many parents
favorable
know
court
about it.
judgments
Lot
which
of
have come,
favorable court
which
judgments which
is
have come,
something we should
which
capture.
is
Similarly,
something we should
government
capture.
initiatives like
Similarly,
NIPMED,
government initiatives like
this
NIPMED,
information is not
this
properly
information
captured.
is not properly
Schools,
captured.
what are the
Schools,
inclusive
what are the
schools?
inclusive schools?
I don't think we have done
I
a
don't
good
think we
job
have
of
done a good
capturing
job
this.
of
There is no
capturing this.
proper
There is no
place.
proper place.
Similarly, a lot
Similarly,
of files
lot of
parents
files
keep
parents keep
putting files,
putting
but then
files, but then
can we
can
catalog
we
these files
catalog
in a
these files
nicer
in
way?
a nicer
Because
way?
Telegram
Because
or
Telegram
WhatsApp, the
or
problem
WhatsApp,
has
the
been
problem has been
Telegram, you cannot
Telegram,
search
you
for
cannot
files.
search
So
for
some
files.
parent
So
wants
some
to look
parent
for,
wants
let
to
us
look
say,
for, let us say,
a file on
a
addition
file
or
on addition or
subtraction or
subtraction or
multiplication.
multiplication.
It is
It
impossible to
is
find that
impossible to
file in
find that
Telegram.
file
So
in
you look
Telegram.
at
So
some
you
other
look at
resource
some
like
other resource
Pinterest
like
or Teacher Pay
Pinterest or
Teacher.
Teacher Pay Teacher.
Finding that
Finding
information
that
is
information
very
is
difficult,
very
especially if
difficult,
it is
especially if
academic
it is
content.
academic content.
Special education
Special
again
education
is a
again
big
is
area
a
that
big
I
area
don't
that
think there is
I don't
any
think there is any
proper place.
proper place.
Activities today,
Activities
lot of
today,
parents
lot
on
of parents on
voice are
voice
sending,
are sending,
or even I've
or
seen.
even I've seen.
Again, the
Again,
aim is
the
not
aim
to
is not to
brand this as a
brand
voice
this as a
platform, but
voice
to
platform,
keep
but to
this
keep this
for any
for
other folks
any
to come.
other
See, we
folks to
don't
come.
want to
See, we don't
also
want to
antagonize
also
other
antagonize
parents
other
or other
parents or other
communities. Let's say if there is
communities. Let's say
another
if there is
group
another group
which is running,
which is
we
running,
also want
we
them
also
to
want
feel
them
that
to
voice
feel
is an
that voice
empowering
is an
platform.
empowering platform.
So
So
activities is something
activities is
that we
something
also
that
wanted
we
to
also
capture.
wanted to capture.
Worksheets,
Worksheets,
vocational training,
vocational training,
like for
like
example
for
today,
example today,
Mangai ma'am
Mangai ma'am
was talking
was
about
talking about
Hashash code in
Hashash code
Chennai,
in Chennai,
which
which
is
is
helping train a
helping
lot of people
train a
in
lot of people in
programming,
programming,
in computer
in
skills. So
computer skills. So
that also we
that
want to
also
bring
we
in.
want to
Or
bring in.
like let
Or
us say
like let
Prabha
us say
ma'am is
Prabha
doing a
ma'am is
music
doing a music
training and
training
skilling.
and
That
skilling. That
thing.
thing.
Abuse is another
Abuse is
thing we want
another
to
thing we
capture.
want to capture.
So a lot of
So a
kids
lot of
today,
kids today,
they are the most
they are the
abused
most abused
today. There's a lot
today.
of
There's a
issues
lot
that
of
we
issues that
typically
we
see.
typically see.
Financial support is
Financial
something
support
in
is
voice
something
has
in
been a
voice has
constant
been a
problem.
constant
So
problem. So
that also
that
it
also
is a major
is a
area for
major
us. We're
area for
trying to
us.
put
We're
a
trying
help
to
desk
put a help
together.
desk together.
Assessments, of course,
Assessments, of course,
the
the
platform will not do
platform
any
will
sort of
not do any sort
assessments,
of
but at least
assessments,
it will
but
give
at
you
least it will give
information
you
on where these
information on where
assessments
these
are done.
assessments are done.
Several questions we
Several
see are
questions we
around
see are around
where is
where
NIPMED.
is NIPMED.
Sports recreation
Sports
is another
recreation is
area that
another
we
area
see
that
a lot
we
of
see
parents
a
are
lot of parents
concerned
are
about.
concerned about.
Like where is
Like
the
where is the
sports, what is the
sports, what is
recreation
the recreation
facilities that are there,
facilities that
where
are
they will
there,
allow
where they
our
will
kids
allow
to be
our kids
allowed.
to be allowed.
These are
These
questions
are
that parents
questions
have.
that parents have.
I think
I
wellness
think
is
wellness is
undoubtedly the number
undoubtedly
one
the
problem
number
I
one
see with
problem I see with
most of us,
most
right?
of us,
Because I
right?
don't even
Because I
think,
don't even think
most of the times I
most of the
call my
times I
wife
call
and
my
say, "How
wife
is
and say,
Arjun?
how
How
is
is
Arjun? How
Vaishnavi?"
is
I never
Vaishnavi? I never
take a moment to
take a moment
recognize
to
that she
recognize
also
that she
exist in the world, or vice versa, right? So we really are extremely stressed with our kids' health, and I don't think we spend enough time on our own wellness. So I think this is something we would also want to cover. Volunteers, of course, is always a challenge for us in voice. We don't get volunteers. Uh, that's something. News and articles. I think there's so many news which we keeps coming. So if you see, we have tried capturing some of the news. I think these images are not getting. It's not coming properly because I'm trying to do this in a different laptop. But that's something we would also want to cover. So I think, ma'am, these are all the stuff we are looking at trying to, gather data. Also, there are other things like, for example, donations, investments. Where do I need to invest for my kids' future? Support homes for cases where, in case these are for old age parents who want to kind of find a support home for their children, or inclusive living. How to set up a trust. I think there was a very nice content that came up on how to set up a trust for the kids. Lot of the achievements of our kids are also not celebrated. I think that is also we wanted to capture that. Classifieds. We buy lot of toys for our kids, but then most of those toys kind of stay in our house or we trash it. And then of course there's like merchandise. So a lot of these kids are also doing very very nice greeting cards. I do see that there is not proper recognition of that. Uh, and there is no proper way for them to monetize that also. So whatever our kids are doing, how do we also bring those merchandises, and then success stories is what. So this is what we are looking at as various topics. uh, but again, if everybody is going to put this in the website, the problem we have seen is the first big issue, at least we see, is building this website is taking tremendous amount of time. And if I have to build this, it will take me under two and a half years. So I would rather do something simpler, and that's where we have decided to go the Panna way. Right. So this is the background for everyone.
Yeah, it's a great mission ahead, but definitely not a one-man's job. You need an army.
Yeah, so I've found an army now. So there's a lot of other special parents who have come up. So there is a couple of 3 or 4 special parents who are doing it. Of course, Saba is a good friend. He has also offered to help us on this initiative. He is based in Poland, but many special parents have come. But again, ma'am, the genuine problem is continuum of the support, right? Lot of parents, they come, they like what we do. If I open up this platform, I will have like 250 registrations. But then people sticking on and contributing is where I've had a big challenge. So somewhere the long term of Panna will be based on the fact that parents have to provide us continuous support. And if we do not get support, I don't know if this will run in the long run. That is also a reality I wanted to share with everyone. So this is where we are. Now I will go to the Panna website. So what we have tried doing is to keep this outside this particular website, because again, voice is becoming, like I said, it has become too complex and it has become like a monster for me to manage. So I've tried keeping a separate instance of Panna. So everybody can join, and they can kind of log in into Panna. There's a very easy interface for you to log in into Panna. So once you register, it uses the Google login. So the good news is the only data it kind of captures is if you go here, you can see what is the data that it is capturing. If you go to users, so the only details I think it is capturing is it is capturing your email ID, and there is no other data that it will track. It just tracks only the creation and the modification date, and it captures your name. These are the two data points that it is currently capturing. we are planning
we
to
are
get rid
planning
of
to get
email
rid
ID
of
also
email ID also
because we still
because
feel
we
this is
still feel this
a
is
data
a
privacy.
data privacy.
So in the long
So in
run,
the
we will
long run,
knock
we
out
will
the
knock
email
out
ID,
the email ID
and
and
possibly even the
possibly
photos.
even
I
the
think the
photos. I
photo
think
was
the
more
photo
for the
was
look
more
and
for
feel,
the look
but
and
I
feel,
think
but
we'll
I think
probably be
we'll
done on
probably
this
be done
also.
with this also.
So this is
So
pretty
this
much
is
the
pretty much
only
the
information
only
that we are
information
today
that we are
capturing.
today capturing.
We do not
We
have
do
access
not
to
have access
anything
to
else. So there
anything
is
else.
no
So there is no
username password
username
concept
password
itself in our
concept itself
website
in our
because we
website
think
because we
passwords
think
can be
passwords can be
breached and
breached and
somebody can hack
somebody can hack
into
into
or
or
use your
use
passwords
your
and misuse
passwords
it.
and
So we have
misuse it. So
stopped
we have
doing that.
stopped doing that.
And we will put
And we
more
will
levels
put
of
more
security.
levels
So
of
we will
security.
get
So
rid
we
of
will get rid of
all of this.
all of this.
And once
And
you log in
once you
into the
log in
Panna
into the
website, and
Panna
this is
website,
the
and this is
tasks
the
that we
task
would
that
need
we would
everybody
need
to help.
everybody to help.
We have
We
created
have
certain
created
topics. So,
certain
for
topics. So,
example,
for
if you see
example, if
here,
you
these
see
are
here,
the
these
six
are
or
the
seven
6 or 7
categories that we have
categories that
created.
we
But
have
if
created.
you
But if
feel
you
there are more
feel there are
categories,
more
do let us
categories, do
know.
let us know.
So, we have
So we have
captured various
captured
categories,
various categories,
and against
and
each of these
against each of these
categories, the help we
categories, the
need
help
from all
we
the
need from all
parents
the
is to
parents
go
is
and
to go and
contribute
contribute
whatever you have.
whatever you have.
So the way you
So the
can
way you
contribute
can
is, let's say
contribute
if
is,
you
let's say
create a
if you
category
create a
called sleep
category called
issues,
sleep issues,
there are two
there
ways you
are
can
two ways you
contribute.
can contribute.
One, you can
One, you
either
can
record.
either
You can click
record.
on the
You can click
record
on the
button and
record
type,
button and
and
type,
it will
and it will
automatically type a
automatically
text. It
type
is
a
just
text.
like
It is just like
you just click on the
you just
record
click on
button
the
and
record
keep
button and
speaking,
keep speaking,
and it will
and
type
it will
all that for
type
you.
all
So
that
you
for
don't
you.
have
So
to
you
sit
don't
and
have to
manually
sit and
type.
manually type.
Or two, if you
Or two,
already
if you
have some
already have
content,
some
just
content,
come and
just come
put
and
it here and
put it
hit
here
save.
and hit
This is
save.
option
This is
one of
option
how you
one
can
of how
submit
you
a
can
case
submit
study
a case study
or content
or
for
content
Panna.
for Panna.
Option two is you have
Option
an
two is you have
option
an
to
option to
upload the file.
upload the file.
So once you
So
upload
once
a
you
file, that
upload a
file
file,
goes
that
and
file
sits
goes
here.
and sits here.
This file
This
is only
file is
visible
only visible
to you
to
and
you
to
and
the
to the
developers of Panna.
developers of Panna.
If you at
If
any
you
given,
at any given,
these
and
files are
these files
securely
are
stored
securely
in
stored
Telegram.
in
It is stored
Telegram,
in a
it is
channel
stored in a
which
channel which
none of us have
none of
access
us
to.
have access to.
So technically,
So
even the
technically, even
developer
the
cannot
developer
see
cannot see
where the file is
where the
stored.
file
That
is
file
stored.
is
That
stored in
file
a
is
secure
stored in a
channel in
secure channel in
Telegram, and that
Telegram,
channel
and
is
that
not
channel is not
accessible to
accessible
anybody
to
in the system.
anybody in the system.
So if
So
you
if
delete
you delete
this file is
this file is
permanently gone, and
permanently
if you
gone, and
upload
if
this
you
file,
upload this file,
it stays in
it
the
stays
system,
in the
right?
system,
So it
right?
is
So it
completely
is
at your
completely at your
discretion what files
discretion
you want
what
to
files you
provide.
want to provide.
We
We
strongly
strongly
do not want
do
any
not
file.
want
So
any
what
file. So
type
what
of
type
content you
of
can
content
upload
you
is
can upload is
upload any
upload
content
any
which has
content which has
a lot of
a lot of
write-up or
write-up or
content or
content
text
or
content.
text content.
That is good
That is
content.
good
Please
content.
do not
Please
upload
do not
image
upload
content,
image
lot of
content,
image
lot of
content,
image
because
content
we do
because
not have
we
a
do not have
mechanism
a
to read
mechanism to
images.
read images.
You can also
You can
upload
also upload
audios,
audios,
or if you think
or
there
if you
are
think
some
there are
videos which
some
has like
videos
a
which
lot of
has like
voice
lot of
content,
voice content,
we are okay
we
with
are
that.
okay with that.
Again, do not
Again, do
upload
not
children's
upload
videos.
children's
Do not
videos. Do
upload
not upload
kids stuff,
kids stuff
because that is
because that
something,
is
again,
something
we
again
don't have a
we don't have
ability
a
to
ability
recognize,
to
and also
recognize,
we
and
don't want
also
to
we
get
don't
into
want to get
privacy
into
issues. So
privacy
please
issues.
do
So
not
please
upload
do not
anything
upload
personal.
anything personal.
We want you
We
to only
want you to
put, let
only
us say,
put,
if there
let
is
us say, if
sleep
there is
issues and
sleep
you find
issues and
some
you
good
find some
material,
good material,
or if you
or
see
if
there
you
is some
see
other
there is some
topic
other
where you have
topic
some
where you have
material,
some material,
just only
just
upload
only
that
upload
content.
that content.
Do not upload
Do not
anything
upload
about your
anything about
children.
your children.
We are not
We
here
are
to
not
find
here
out
to
anything
find
very
out anything
personal
very
about
personal about
you or
you,
your kids,
your
right? So
kids, right?
that is
So
a
that is
request to
a
all the
request to all the
parents on this
parents on
platform.
this platform.
You can see there
You
are
can see
several
there are
topics we
several
have already
topics we have
put,
already put,
and you can
and you can
contribute either to
contribute
this.
either to this.
If you think
If
there is
you think
something
there
that
is
is
something
missing
that
here,
is
you can
missing
always
here,
go
you
to
can
add
always go
topic,
to add
and
topic,
you can give a
and you can
topic
give a
name. You
topic
can
name.
choose
You
what
can
is it
choose what
relating
is it
to,
relating to,
and then
and then
you can put
you
what
can
is the
put what
content.
is the
So you can
content. So you can
put a new
put a new
card like this.
card like
So
this.
if you say,
So
let
if
us
you
say, if
say,
it
let us
is
say, if it is
relating to
relating to
my child
my child
has head
has
banging.
head banging.
So you can
So
just
you
say
can
head
just say
banging
head
as the
banging
topic
as the
name,
topic name,
and then you can
and then you
say
can
whether
say
it is
whether
behavior
it
and
is behavior and
sensory, and then you
sensory,
can
and then
say
you can say
head banging
head banging
issues,
issues,
and then you add a
and then you
topic.
add a topic.
So the topic will
So the
get
topic will
added,
get
and then
added,
it'll
and
get
then
added
it'll
to
get
the
added
end.
to the
So if you
end.
go to the
So if you
last
go to
page,
the
you will
last
see
page, you will
head
see
banging
head
as one of the
banging as one of the
I don't know if it's
I
added or
it's
not,
added
but
or
yeah,
not.
I think it should
Yeah, I
have got
think it should
added.
have got added.
So So
So
yeah, it generally, if
yeah,
you
it
give it a
generally, if you
refresh,
give
it
it a refresh, it
typically will add.
typically will add.
Again, we have a toggle
Again, we have
button
a
here.
toggle button here.
This is something we will
This is
do it
something we
later on,
will
but
do it
this is
later on. But
primarily,
this
this
is
is not
primarily,
for
this is not for
parents, but this is
parents,
primarily
but
for
this is
our
primarily
machine
for
learning
our
engineers
machine
to
learning engineers to
track and see
track and
uh,
see uh,
what topics they want to
what topics they
prioritize.
want
And
to
let us say if we
prioritize,
have
and
got
let us
enough
say if you have
content in a
got enough
particular
content in
area,
a particular area,
we will toggle it
we will
off so
toggle
that
it off
you
so
cannot
that
enter
you
any more
cannot enter
content
any
in
more
that space. So
content in
once
that
we
space.
get
So once
relevant
we get relevant
content, we will
content, we will
switch off or turn
switch
off
off or
features.
turn off features.
So this is
So
really
this
our
is
data
really our
gathering
data
platform. So
gathering
ma'am,
platform.
since you
So
had
ma'am,
asked us
since you
how
had
do we
asked us
gather
how do we
data,
gather data,
it is a very
it
simple
is a very
platform where
simple
you go
platform where
submit
you go
files,
submit files,
and once
and
you submit
once
all
you
your
submit
files,
all your
what we
files, what
typically
we
do is
typically
Saba
do is Saba
is the Spock
is
for
the
that,
Spock
and
for that,
he's the
and he's the
person who will be
person
doing
who
that
will be
help
doing
for
that
us.
help for
He
us.
will start
He will
gathering
start
all this
gathering
data,
all
and
this
then
data,
we will
and
be
then we
uploading
will be
it
uploading it
into the machine
into
learning
the machine
platform,
learning
which is the
platform,
Panna
which is
bot.
the Panna bot.
And
And
we will test.
we will
We would
test.
then
We
need
would
for
then
you to
need
go
for
and
you to
test,
go
right?
and
So let us
test,
say
right?
if
So
you
let
have
us say if you
uploaded, so
have
Saba will
uploaded, so
tomorrow,
Saba
let's
will
say, reach
tomorrow,
out
let's say,
to
reach out to
Lalita ma'am or
Lalita
Sudha
ma'am
ma'am
or
or
Sudha
one
ma'am
of you,
or one of you,
and ask you to
and ask
test
you to
for that
test
particular
for that
topic. So
particular
let's say if it
topic. So
was on
let's say if it was on
sleep, and
sleep,
you gave some
and you gave
content,
some
and he will say,
content, and
go
he will
please
say,
test
go
it.
please test it,
And then you can
and
ask
then you can
questions on
ask
that
questions on
particular
that
topic and
particular
see if the
topic and
answers
see
are
if the
coming
answers
more
are coming more
relevant and accurate.
relevant
So
and
that is
accurate.
the
So
whole
that is the whole
feedback loop that we
feedback
will
loop
do.
that
So
we
you'll
will do.
keep
So you'll
uploading
keep uploading
documents,
documents,
giving content,
giving
and then
content,
we
and
will
then
go
we
back
will
again
go back
here
again
to this
here to
particular
this particular
application and keep
application and
testing the
keep
answers.
testing the answers.
So the
So
more
the
we
more we
upload content
upload
and test,
content and
and
test,
upload
and
content and
upload
test,
content and
the
test,
more
the
accurate the
more
bot will
accurate the
become
bot
over
will
time. That
become
is
over
our
time. That is our
that's how we are
that's
seeing
how we
this
are seeing
as
this
a
as a
solution.
solution.
So I'll stop
So
here.
I'll stop here.
Again, you
Again,
can see
you
the
can see the
all the
road, all the
functionalities that we are
functionalities
building
that
and
we are
all of that.
building
So
and
if
all of
some
that.
of
So
you
if
are
some
very
of you are
technical,
very
you can
technical,
read
you
our
can read
this is
our
our
this
code
is our
base and
code
what we are
base and what
building,
we are building.
what are the set
What
of
are the set of
things that we are
things that we are
how we are thinking
how
of
we are
building,
thinking
right?
of
So we
building,
have
right?
put
So
this
we have
so
put
that
this
people
so that
understand
people
exactly how
understand
we are going to
exactly how
build
we are
this.
going to build this.
So if you see
So if you
today,
see
we
today,
have
we
put a
have
large
put
language
a
model,
large
which is
language
nothing
model,
but a
which is
chat
nothing but a
GPT like
chat GPT like
interface. We are building a
interface. We are
training
building a
interface.
training
Training is
interface.
where we'll
Training
give
is
all
where
this
we'll give
data,
all
which
this
is what I
data,
was
which
saying.
is
This
what I
is the
was saying.
screen
This is
where
the screen where
we'll ask
we'll
parents to
ask parents
contribute,
to contribute.
and then we
And
are also
then
trying
we
to
are
get
also
data
trying to
from
get
teachers,
data
where
from
teachers,
teachers, where
KFI
teachers,
learning. This is
KFI learning.
primarily
This
for
is
parents who
primarily for
want
parents who
worksheets.
want
So let
worksheets.
us say
So
tomorrow
let
if you
us say
go and
tomorrow if you
say,
go and say,
I need a
I need
worksheet
a worksheet
uh,
uh,
for addition.
for addition.
It's slightly
It's
trained now,
slightly
but
trained
we
now,
want to
but we
train
want to train
for my
for my
child.
child.
So it will
So
give
it will
you
give you
it will then give
it
you
will then
certain
give you
worksheets
certain
also,
worksheets also
again on that
again on
particular
that particular
topic. So you can
topic. So
ask
you
for
can ask
worksheets, you
for
can ask
worksheets,
for
you can
other
ask
stuff.
for other stuff.
So that's what we
So
are also
that's what we
trying
are
to
also
now
trying to now
work on.
work on.
So if you see
So
here,
if you see here,
it's giving you
it's
certain
giving you
rentable
certain rentable
worksheets, and it's
worksheets,
giving
and
you
it's
some
giving
links.
you
But I
some links.
think
But I think
what we need is
what we
actual
need is
worksheets.
actual
So
worksheets.
in the
So
long run,
in
we're
the
trying
long
to
run, we are trying
attach
to
and give
attach
you the
and
actual
give you the
worksheets,
actual worksheets
so that you don't
so
have to
that
go
you
to
don't have
another
to go to another
platform and
platform
have
and
to search.
have to search.
Again,
Again,
paid content
paid
we will
content
not
we
support.
will not
So
support.
teachers pay
So
teachers is all
teachers
paid
is all
content.
paid
It'll give you
content.
the
It
link,
will give you
but
the link,
then
but then
if parents
if
want to pay
parents
and
want
buy
to
that,
pay
they
and
can
buy
buy
that, they
that.
can
But
buy
then
that. But then
we will try to
we
give
will
you all
try
the
to give
free
you all the
resources. So
free
KFI
resources. So
Learning has a
KFI
lot of
Learning
free
has a lot of
resources.
free resources.
So we'll try to
So
get
we'll try
you
to get you
information from
information from
KFI Learning,
KFI Learning,
and
and
yeah, so that's
yeah,
what
so
we're doing,
that's
and
what we're
then
doing,
we'll
and
try
then
to
we'll
pull all
try to
that
pull
data.
all that data.
I think this is
I
what
think
we're
this is
currently
what we're
working on
currently
in terms
working
of
on in
building a
terms of
search,
building
and
a
these are some
search,
of
and
the
these
tech
are some of
stuff
the
that we
tech
are
stuff
doing.
that we are doing.
We are also preventing personal data from going in. So let's say if a parent lands up putting his or her number, her child's information, anything that is sensitive, let us say if there is something that is very personal to the child, we are going to detect and kind of prevent that data from going through. And also also we are trying to do quite a lot of stuff on this, but yeah, we'll see where we go. There are certain parts in this which we have already built, but there are certain things which we have to do. And then finally, I think this is something we are still discussing internally as to how do we monetize this in the most affluent way, without impacting parents or not making this available. So this is something we still have to discuss with ma'am and get her guidance. So this is how we are looking at this entire solution. Um, I'll stop here. Any other questions from from anyone in the call?
Yeah, hi. So you just told me about how to upload the content
Mm,
and other things. So who is going to look into the quality of the content, like
yeah.
whether we are putting the right content or it is okay or not, like that? Because it should not be another job for somebody else to do, right? So
Yeah. So once you upload the content, I think Saba is going to quickly go through that content. He will do one level of filtering, and we are going to do that filtering, right? We have certain parents who are, we have called them as L2. What their job is to do is they will then go through whatever content that you have given us. They will do an independent assessment. So obviously we will not tell them that this data came from, let's say, from one of you, right? We are not going to give them your information. So there's no, so they will not know who is giving them the data. So even when you upload a file or something, there is no data about you that is getting stored. The only reason we use your, the only point where your data in terms of your information is captured is at the point of login. But after that, we are not using that to uniquely identify. So we are going to randomly give it to one of the L2, which is level 2 set of people. They will validate if this data is correct. They will then work with Saba, and Saba will then to prevent, parents from accidentally uploading files directly into the machine learning model. We have Saba because I we want Saba to validate and make sure that we are not putting any sort of let's say garbage into the this thing. And if you throw some wrong data, then in a machine learning it completely messes up our model. So that is the reason why we have Saba, and he will have another team which will do that validation now.
okay,
But again, we request everyone to please validate what you are putting. Like I said, avoid putting any. So audios are okay, videos are okay, which have lot of text content, right? Like either in the video somebody must be talking, he should be speaking, or so audios in videos are okay, or audios in text content are okay. What we do not, or text files or word files or PPTs or PDFs are okay. PPTs, words are the most preferred format for us because those are easy for us to process. Uh, Audio and video are very CPU intensive. They take a lot of machine learning power to kind of figure that content out. And then we will transcribe, we will translate all that into text. Again, multilingual is not supported today. We only support English. So if you give us anything that is in another language, then it will take more effort for us to translate. So if possible, please give us content only in English. We only support at this point English as a language.
okay.
So this is what we are doing. We are trying. At least we are trying. I don't know how successful this initiative will go, but we will try. We'll see if this gets successful. Any other questions, Sudha ma'am, Kavita ma'am, from your side? Any other suggestions? So that is. Okay. I can see now you're.
Uh,
Hmm.
Arvind, I just need few minutes of your time. offline. Okay, thank you.
Sure, sure, sure,
Sure,
sure,
sure,
sure.
sure, sure, sure.
We can talk
We
after
can
this
talk
call,
after
man.
this call, man.
Whenever
Whenever,
you want to
whenever
talk.
you want to talk.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. And
And
uh,
uh,
again,
again,
one
one
point I just want
point
to
I just
also
want to
bring up.
also bring
So
up.
this
So this
initiative, I don't
initiative,
think we
I
are in a
don't think
mode
we are in a
to
mode
pay
to
any of
pay any of
the parents for
the
this.
parents for this.
This is again a
This is
charity
again a charity
initiative, so we are
initiative,
not
so we are
really
not really
trying to.
trying to.
I don't think we
I
have the
don't think we
funds
have the
today to
funds
pay any
today to
parent,
pay any
but
parent,
we
but
are doing this
we are
more as
doing
a
this more
charity
as a
initiative.
charity
That is also
initiative. That
something
is
I
also
just want to
something I
be
just want to be
bring up to all the
bring up to all
parents.
the parents.
Again,
Again,
we need your
we need
support,
your
man,
support, ma'am,
from all of
from
you,
all of
right?
you, right?
Because the more
Because the
data we
more
get, I
data
think
we
we will
get, I
keep
think we
adding
will
more
keep adding more
parents into this.
parents into this.
The more
The
data we
more
get, the
data we get, the
sooner I think
sooner
we
I
can
think
make
we
this
can make
platform go
this
live.
platform go live.
And then more
And then
parents will
more
get
parents will
benefited.
get
That is what
benefited.
we
That
want
is
to
what we
eventually
want to
achieve.
eventually achieve.
And
And
we think that
we
this
think that
technology
this
can
technology
very
can
fast
very
scale up.
fast
It can
scale up. It
understand
can
a lot of
understand a lot of
information.
information.
There is a big
There is a
market
big
for
market for
ChatGPT, which
ChatGPT,
most
which
of you should have
most of
heard
you
of.
should have heard of.
So we are
We
building
are
on the
building
same
on the same
stack, right? So
stack,
our
right? So our
solution
solution
under the hood is
under the hood
powered
is
by a
powered
very
by a
similar
very
stack.
similar stack.
So it can
So
scale
it
up,
can
it can
scale up, it
handle
can
very,
handle
very large
very, very
amount of
large
data,
amount of
which a
data, which
human
a
mind cannot
human mind cannot
handle. So that
handle.
is the
So
best
that is
part
the
of it.
best part of it.
It is going to
It is
store
going to
all our
store
knowledge,
all
and
our
in
knowledge, and
future
in future
we can also
we can
integrate
also
this.
integrate this.
Like I said,
Like
the
I said,
voice
the
chat. I
voice
think
chat. I
we
think
should
we
also look
should
at
also look at
moving this to
moving
this
this to
platform,
this platform,
so that
so
parents,
that
when they are
parents, when they
talking
are
itself,
talking
it is kind
itself,
of
it is
using
kind of
that knowledge
using
to
that knowledge
further
to further
enrich the AI
enrich the
models.
AI models.
Again, that's a
Again,
very
that's a
long
very long
conversation. I'm sure
conversation.
many
I'm sure
parents
many parents
have
have
questions on how
questions
is
on
this
how
going to
is
be
this going to be
safe and
safe
privacy
and
issues and
privacy
all of
issues
that.
and
So
all of that. So
we'll have to have
we'll have
a
to have a
bigger meeting. I've
bigger
asked
meeting. I've
Ranjani
asked
ma'am to
Ranjani
block
ma'am
a
to block
time and
a
have this
time and
bigger
have this bigger
conversation, but
conversation. But
at least that is
at least
the
that is the
roadmap for us for
roadmap
the
for us
moment.
for the moment.
And I'll again
And I'll
upload
again
this.
upload
If
this.
you have
If you have
questions,
questions,
do let me
do
know.
let
But
me know. But
it's a very
it's a
simple
very simple
two-step process.
two-step
So
process. So
you can pick
you
a
can pick
topic,
a topic,
go to that
go to
particular
that
website.
particular
I'll send you
website.
the
I'll
link to
send
the
you the link
website,
to the website,
and you can
and you
upload
can upload
the content
the
either
content
as a
either
text
as a
file
text
or
file or
a audio or a
audio
video
or a
file.
video file.
Images
Images
we don't want.
we don't want.
And then
And then
if you have
if you
any
have
questions
any
at any
questions
given
at any
point,
given point,
we have Saba
we
on
have
the call,
Saba
so
on the call,
Saba
so
can kind
Saba
of
can
guide
kind of guide
everyone
everyone
in terms of
in terms of
questions and
questions
answers
and
and all of that.
answers.
Okay,
Okay,
super.
super.
Um,
Um,
okay, so thank
okay, so
you
thank
to
you
everyone.
to everyone.
If there's any
If
other
there's
questions,
any
I'll
other
take it.
questions, I'll
Otherwise,
take it.
we
Otherwise, we
can
can
end this call.
end this call.
And there is no
There is no
time
time.
this thing. We
This
just
thing. We
request
just request
parents to do
parents
this
to do this
on an
on
ongoing
an
basis. So
ongoing
please
basis. So
let us
please
know
let
as and
us know
when
as and
we have
when
created a
we have
WhatsApp
created a
group. So
WhatsApp
as and
group.
when
So
you
as and
upload a
when you
content,
upload a
you can let
content, you
Saba
can
know.
let Saba know. But
Our ask is
our
probably
ask is
for you to
probably for
spend
you to spend
around 3 to 4
around three
hours
to
a
four
week.
hours a week.
If you can
If
help
you
us
can help
pick
us
some
pick
content,
some
put it into
content,
the
put
right
it into the
category. The
right
most
category. The
important is
most
putting
important is
creating the
putting
right
creating the
categories
right
or
categories
topics,
or topics,
and then putting
and
that
then
content
putting
into
that
the right
content into the
category.
right category.
Once you put it,
Once you put it,
please let us know,
please
and
let
then
us
we
know,
will
and then we will
give it to the AI
give it to
model.
the
We'll
AI
train
model.
it,
We'll train it,
and then you can
and
go
then
ahead
you
and
can
ask
go ahead and
questions
ask
and see if
questions and see if
you are getting the right
you are
answer.
getting the
And
right
we are
answer.
giving
And
this
we are
again.
giving
We are
this
giving
again.
you
We are
access
giving
to
you
the link.
access to the link.
Our humble
Our
request is
humble
please do
request
not
is
share
please
this
do
to
not share
other
this
people,
to other
because
people,
in
because
all
in all
totality, this
totality this
uh, the services
the
cost a lot
services
of
cost
money,
a lot of
right?
money,
So if
right? So if
100 parents start
100
using
parents
it
start
today,
using it today,
the bill
the
will
bill will
explode. And
explode. And
currently
currently
meaning me and my
meaning
team are
me and my
paying for
team
the
are
bill
paying
for
for the
this.
bill for
So
this. So
it is not
it
cheap.
is not cheap.
So my only
So
request
my
is
only
please don't
request is please
forward it.
don't
Keep it to
forward it.
yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
That is the only
That is
request.
the only request.
till we don't
till we don't
figure out a way
figure
to
out
make
a
this
way to make
viable
this
and cheap.
viable and cheap.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah. And you can
And
again
you can again
use it for your
use
own
it for your
personal
own personal
purposes.
purposes.
Do feel
Do
free to
feel
ask
free to
whatever
ask
personal
whatever
questions that
personal
you have to
questions
the
that you
bot.
have to the bot.
Again,
Again,
one word of
one
caution: the
word of
bot may
caution: the
not
bot
give you
may
the
not give you
exact
the
answer,
exact
so
answer, so
don't believe on the
don't
bot
believe on the
also.
bot also.
So thank you all then. And yeah, we'll be in touch. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sudha ma'am, I'll call you after this. That's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arvind. Thank you very much
Saga.
for
Thank
this
you, Saga.
opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.